Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. I am Darian, and today I wanted to talk a little bit on the topic of loneliness, and then later on in the video I wanted to touch a little bit on loneliness during the holidays. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so first things first, I want to say that nothing is wrong with you because you have felt lonely. We are humans and we have so many emotions and feelings, and sometimes we don't even know where certain things can come from. So this is something that I'm sure everybody has felt at some point in their life. If they haven't yet, I'm sure there will come a day where they may experience loneliness. So I don't want you to feel that something is wrong with you because you have felt this, but I do want to say that you don't want to stay stuck in a place of feeling like you're all alone and there's nothing that you can do in life to change your life around for the better. One thing I have found about life is that if you're going to make your life the best life that you could possibly live, you're gonna have to be proactive about that, and that even requires being proactive around feeling lonely or battling loneliness. For some people, maybe it was just a seasonal thing. It could have been from, just traveling to a new area, moving to a new area. Maybe you didn't have the community that you may have had prior. For some people, it could come from just many experiences that you had in life that have made you feel that, you don't have anyone that you could depend on or have anyone in your life that has been there for you. So there's so many different reasons why people feel lonely. There's so many different reasons why people may feel left behind or left out, but I have found that loneliness comes from a place on the inside that has to be addressed. So there's a root reason why you are feeling this. There is something that may have happened in your life, or there are some situations that may actually continue to be recurrent. Everyone's life is different, and the root reason may be different for everyone, but I have found that usually a lot of the things that we experience and feel in our life, there's a root reason to it. So when I say there's a root reason to it, some of the different roots could be rejection. If you've been rejected all your life, feel like nobody has been in your corner, or you could have been giving your all to so many people, but you felt like in the end, those people never really liked you. Those people never really loved you. Those people were never in your corner. That could be a root of feeling lonely. Maybe you are somebody who has felt like you never fit in throughout your life, feeling like you were misunderstood. That could be a root of loneliness, because if you feel misunderstood and the people around you aren't able to essentially understand you for being you, that does create a sense of feeling alone. Or maybe it could be abandonment. Maybe you have lived a life where you have felt abandoned by many people, and it just has not been easy to keep genuine relationships. Maybe you have left a community and moved to a new place because of a job, because you want to embark on a new journey in life and just want to see what life has to offer you. That also can cause loneliness because you have shifted things and you're not in the same community that you used to be in. Maybe you had a lot of friends when you first lived where you lived. Maybe it's not as easy to meet people in that new area, or maybe you could have moved in a different time zone, and even virtually, like to keep up with the people that you once had friendships and relationships with can be, changed because of different factors like that. I have even also found personally and from other people have heard and seen their own stories saying that once they started to work on themselves, once they started to elevate and become that better version of themselves, they started to feel a little bit more lonely, because the same people that normally would have understood them and hung around them because they were in a lower place, those people no longer can connect with them because they have elevated. And it doesn't mean that you have become better than them. It just means that those people no longer feel like they have a connection to you. And to be honest, some people just don't like feeling like someone has one up them. Some people just don't like feeling like someone is on a greater level than them. But that's not your responsibility to stay in a low place just to have people around you. Because one thing I have found about life is that people come and go. Somebody may be in your life today, and tomorrow you could have somebody else in your life. And it doesn't mean that people should be treated as, like tossable or like not important, but it does mean that you have to be intentional about the connections that you have in your life. What I have found is that sometimes you have to give it time when it comes to connecting with people and really embedding your life into the lives of other people. It's okay to move a little slower, because at the end of the day, I say this so much, who you hang around with, the people that you have in your life, can either make you or break you. Oftentimes when you are feeling lonely, it can be easy to jump into different connections and try to be in the mix of other people. But usually it's something that has to be addressed on the inside pertaining to that loneliness. Do you love yourself? Let's be real about it. When it's hard for a person to sit with themselves and sit alone and really go inside and dig deep and figure out what's going on in that soul, what's going on in those emotions, those thoughts, your mindset, the things that you have went through in the past and that you have been working to overcome in different things. So many experiences we have in life. When we don't take the time to heal from all these different experiences and things that we have in life, they can tend to pile up on us, and it can come out in different ways. The way you treat people. Are you walking through life angry and lashing out at people? All different types of negative things. I have found that usually is a sign that some deeper things need to be addressed. I actually do believe that attaching yourself to someone while you're battling loneliness is not a healthy behavior, because you're attaching yourself to someone because of feeling lonely. And I have heard time and time again, and I truly do believe and have had my own experiences being around people and still not feeling like that loneliness has been addressed, because it truly does not have to do with the other people. And no, I'm not saying that we don't need community. I'm not saying that we don't need these connections in life, because I do believe that connections are valuable. I do believe that community is valuable, but I also believe that as a person, you have to be okay in a season where it might just be you. As a person, you have to be okay in a season where you may not have a lot of friends, or you may not have a lot of people that you can depend on around you, but you have to keep choosing to push through and get through. And don't neglect yourself and don't give up on yourself. Look at those good qualities in you. What can you do with this time where you feel alone or like you don't have anyone? I've heard plenty of married people say that they were married in whole marriages and relationships and they still felt alone. So that is because there is something internally that has to be dealt with a person. I want to go a little bit deeper and talk about using those seasons of loneliness or even isolation, because I feel that sometimes we have seasons where we're supposed to be isolated, but we could misinterpret those seasons as loneliness, and it may feel like you're going to be in that season for the rest of your life. But to be honest, life goes on and life changes, and there's so many shifts in life. But I do believe that seasons of isolation can be so beneficial for us. Actually, I'm going to say I do believe that seasons of isolation are so beneficial for us. I have gone through a few seasons of isolation, and in those isolations, I have found that I have come out better and stronger, but I had to be intentional in doing that. So discern, are you just in a season where God is truly just trying to isolate you because he's trying to impart new things into you? He's trying to get you to see that you have this great thing about you. You have these great gifts. You have these great qualities. He has put these business ideas inside of you. You just need to spend that time alone so that you can bring that out and start to see, what are you good at? What are you managing over here that could be good for you to start something over here? What is your purpose? If you never take the time to sit and really try to discover what your purpose is or what you're supposed to be doing, and not from a place where you have to force it. I believe that we go through different seasons, and there's different times where we're able to receive certain information, and we're more likely to move on it when we've heard it in the, the right season at a time that we should have heard it. But when those seasons do come, make sure that you are ready for what you can get from those seasons. Whenever I have gone through seasons of loneliness, but also I want to say isolation, there have been good things that have come from it once I actually sat down and got the hints and the messages and the clues of what I was supposed to be in that season for. So it's not always a bad thing. You could be in that season of isolation that you may translate as loneliness because you have some generational wealth ideas inside of you. In order to bring those ideas out, you have to be by yourself. Or if you would have had a group of people around you, you would have tried to bring them in to what you're doing. And then that could have changed the whole course of everything. Maybe God needs you in this season alone so that he can give you these ideas, give you the blueprint, give you how he wants you to walk it out so that you can make the best of what he has for you. But being surrounded by certain people would have taken that away. Or being in a group of people would have influenced you to change the idea, and that's not how the idea was meant to be walked out. Or maybe you would have been so distracted that you would have never taken the time to get these ideas, to sit down and focus, and then it would have never happened. So look deeper at your season and situation and see what is really happening. Yes, you may feel lonely in that season, but is there something greater and bigger that you need to get from the season that you are in? I did not discover my purpose in those seasons where I was distracted and around a lot of friends, and I was constantly busy with the relationships around me. I discovered my purpose when I got in that season of isolation and I sat in it and I tried to run, I tried to get away, but I eventually surrendered and sat in it. And that's when things were just, they became clear. That's when purpose was revealed. And it wasn't all revealed at one time, but I started to get these bigger pictures of my life and what I was supposed to be doing and where I was supposed to be going. And to be honest, I would not have gotten what I got now if I would have still had all those people around me, those influences around me, people telling me that I'm supposed to be doing this when essentially and truly and honestly I was supposed to be doing this. So use these seasons to your advantage. Use these seasons to come out as a better version of yourself. When you have these seasons to focus on yourself and you're not distracted by so many things, those are the best seasons to utilize your time to get specific things done that you want to get done. So do you want to embark on a weight loss journey? Do you want to see yourself at a certain weight, a certain size, and you have the time to do that? Do you want to, again, start this business? Do you want to walk in purpose? You now have this time to write up everything you need to write up, to prepare so that you can jump out and start this venture if that is what you feel like you need to do. Do you want to travel and see the world and go out and see new places? If you are feeling lonely, that could be something that you can utilize that time to explore and have new experiences. Don't allow yourself to sit and soak in a negative place. What can you do to occupy that time that is good and fruitful for your life, that will allow you to feel like you're walking out your life in a fulfilling way? Do you have a bucket list of things that you want to accomplish and that you want to get done and you haven't started on it because maybe you feel like you don't have these people to go with you, or maybe you feel like you just never thought about doing it on your own? Use those seasons to create new experiences. Can you get out and serve in different places? I truly believe that for some people, it's just a matter of you have all this extra energy and time and maybe not the relationships that you would like around you, but it's just a matter of you probably just need to get out and do something. Can you give back to the community in different ways, help people and invest in people? I'm not just talking financially. If you want to invest financially in others, that's up to you in whatever way that may look exciting or fun for you. It doesn't have to be the stereotypical, giving back to community type of thing. Maybe you like painting and drawing, and you host a night for something with painting and drawing that people in the community can come in and be a part of. And that alone in itself can create new relationships, that can create new connections that can go further. Can you join different clubs, specifically career-like things that you may be interested in, or maybe you have business ventures, whatever it is that you want to do? Can you find a community of people that can help you in that time where you're building, where you feel lonely or you have isolation, to help you get further? Okay, let's move into the next thing. I'm not saying that you cannot be in a relationship or pursue a relationship or anything like that, but what I am saying is that if you are feeling loneliness, if you are feeling like you want somebody and that is the main thing on your mind, that may not be the best time to go out looking for a mate or partner, because you may actually be looking from a place of desperation versus a place of just looking for somebody that can complement you. A lot of times when you are in a place of loneliness, you're more willing to settle for certain things. You're more willing to give in to certain things that you normally probably would not be willing to handle or take if you weren't having these feelings. So you want to be wise in whatever relationships and connections, even when it comes to friendships, that you are opening yourself up to. So what I would like to just submit is that just make sure that during these seasons, you do not connect to unhealthy connections and relationships out of just that feeling. I believe that it would be a good idea to work on those areas, work on why you feel that way, work on self-love, work on seeing the good qualities that you have to offer, so that when people do start to come in your life, and I'm talking about all around, when people do start to come in your life, you do not allow yourself to be treated any kind of way. You have your boundaries and you know what you are willing to allow in your life. And in having those boundaries, that can help you to keep down the drama, help you to not allow unnecessary things in your life, unnecessary treatment that now you'll have to go deeper into healing about because it should have never been allowed in the first place. I have seen time and time again people connecting to unhealthy relationships because of feelings, and that has held them back, or it has caused things in their life that they didn't really intend to have happen in their life. For whatever the situation may be, that is none of my business. But if you can help not bringing in any extra stress or anything that you would not have wanted to happen in your life at a certain time by just addressing the issue versus getting yourself involved into something that you're not really yet ready to embark on, or just that you never would have wanted to bring into your life in the first place, I think it's just really good to consider your actions and why you're doing what you're doing when you are in a place of feeling loneliness or feeling alone, because I do believe that for some people that can save you from situations that you may not want to be a part of in the first place. Okay, you guys, before I wrap up this video, I just want to quickly talk about loneliness during the holidays. So the holiday months are actually approaching, and I know this is a time that can be really hard for so many people because so many people experience grieving, especially around this time. It is a time that is portrayed to be a time where you're around family and having all these good family moments, and the reality is it's not that way for everybody. Certain things may have happened in people's life that have really turned that time into a negative time for them. Some people may not have ever had that connection with family where they felt that they were loved. There are people that have gone through divorces or breakups. There's so many different dynamics to life and so many different things that people face and go through. There could have been a death. There could have been so many different things that could have happened around the timing, or not even around that timing, but that timing is just a reminder of what a person may be feeling like they are missing out on, or what a person may truly just genuinely wish they still had. So I think it is for sure a good time to be sensitive to others around the holidays, because so many people do experience loneliness during the holidays, and it's nothing wrong with that. Life comes with its different challenges and emotions and situations, but what I do want to do is encourage you, if you are feeling like the holidays is a time where you experience a lot of loneliness, is to not allow yourself to sulk in those emotions. Are there certain things that you can do? Can you decorate? Can you get out and do some extra activities that maybe during the other months you would have been okay, not really getting out as much, but around this time you feel like you may want to get out a little more? Can you go shopping? Can you take yourself out to eat? If you feel up to it, can you join different communities and groups, whether it's at church, wherever the community is that you feel like you want to be a part of, that you feel like may help you. And I understand if you don't want to be a part of community in that time. Can you start new traditions? Spend time pampering yourself. Is cooking something that you want to get into, or baking, or different things like that? Are there family members that you have not spoken to in a while, and maybe you're more open to start a new beginning with them? So during those times, I would like to encourage you to don't allow yourself to soak. Don't allow yourself to sit in the negative emotions, but I do hope that you are able to pull yourself out and keep getting up each day and doing what you can do and making the best of each day in your life that you can. Also, there are some other practical things that you can keep in mind. We live in a culture that just pushes relationships and being with somebody and having somebody, and even friendships, constantly having people around us. And I believe constantly having people around us is not always good, because it keeps us distracted and it keeps us from really sitting and dealing with certain issues if we're not those people who are accountable and make sure that we're staying on top of the different things in our lives. But don't allow these things to make you feel like your life is not great or that you are left out. The reality is, a lot of people truly are feeling lonely. A lot of people truly are battling loneliness. So don't fall for the trick that you're the only one who feels alone. Don't fall for the trick that you're the only one in this situation that you may be facing. There are other people also out there who may be in the same situation that you are in. It is okay if you feel like you need to do certain things to help you stay in a certain place that is more positive. If seeing all these pictures of families and different things like that is what may make you feel worse, it is okay to stay off of social media. Don't feel like you have to force yourself to continue to see certain things or continue to be fed certain things that may make you feel worse about your life. The truth of the matter is that you cannot force love and relationships. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes pictures may give a story that's not actually true. So don't get caught up in certain things like that. One thing I have found on this journey of life is that we're all on our specific journeys. We all go through in life, even if people aren't more upfront with what they have gone through. And different people go through different things at different times. Also, different things happen in people's lives. The different blessings that we receive happen at different times. So it just may be someone's time for that. Your time may be coming, but your time just may be at a different time. And to be honest, a lot of people force things, a lot of people rush into things, but you have to consider the timing of things and if it is the timing for you. Are you ready for the specific things that you feel like you would like in your life, that you feel like would take away the negative emotions and the feelings? Truly, do you consider yourself ready, or are you allowing the things around you to dictate what you should have in a certain season? So this is why I say it's important to go deep and truly focus in on yourself. What are you truly ready for right now in this season of your life? And what will it take for you to be at a content place in your life and in your heart with where you are? Try not to compare your life, especially around the holiday time, especially around the time where this certain image is pushed, and understand that your life matters, and understand that your situation is important too, and your situation can change at any moment. But I definitely do believe that it is good to be intentional as you are hoping and praying and wanting your situation to change. And on the other side of that is nothing wrong with wanting to start a family and start that partnership. And if your goal is marriage, get ready for marriage. So can you prepare in this time? Can you use this time to enjoy whatever seasons you may have left in this time, and use this time to become the better version of yourself? Doesn't mean you have to be a perfected version of yourself before it comes, no. But why not continue to become that best version of yourself while you are waiting for specific things to come in your life? And along with waiting, doing what you can do to change your environment. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are sitting in the house 24/7 and never doing anything, and you're expecting specific situations, you're expecting love, you're expecting things to come, if somebody invites you out and maybe they want to introduce you to somebody, that may actually be the thing for you to enter to that next phase of your life. And lastly, I just want to address this, that I understand that some people may feel like they don't have that support from their family. Are there groups around you that can serve as your family? I see now that one of the things now is like Friendsgiving for one of the holidays, and like Christmas parties and Christmas events. Again, you know what you're willing to open yourself up to and handle, but can you join different groups like that and just be a part of whatever opportunities are open up to you? So that is all that I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have been battling loneliness or feeling lonely, I want you to know that you are not alone. What can you do in your life to intentionally shift feeling lonely and take your power back and change the situation around positively for you? What can you do in these seasons of loneliness, or what may actually just be a season where you're supposed to be isolated, to actually come out on top and get further in life and be better in life? So I hope you have a great day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.